Hello, Otaku Nation, and welcome to Don't Watch This Shit. Yes, it's back. That was John. I'm gonna redo this. Hello, Otaku Nation, and welcome back to Don't Watch This Shit. Yes, it's been a while. So finally, after a long delay, I am finally doing it on school days. Before I start, I'm going to preface this by saying this is going to be part 1 of 4. Because school days is 12 episodes long, I don't want to review all of it in one episode and make it like 30 minutes long because no one's going to watch that. And personally, I don't want to edit that down because a 30-minute video is basically fucking suicide for me. So without further ado, school days. So the series starts off with the main character, this guy, who I'm going to call Normie from now on, looking at class list for the first day of school. It's revealed through shitty flashbacks that he has a feeling for a big-breasted girl. He's thinking with the wrong head. This is a common occurrence, watch out. While he's on the train with big boobs, he secretly takes a picture of her, which will undoubtedly be used for masturbation material later. We, the audience, then hear about some voodoo bullshit about the crush charm, wherein if you have a picture of your crush on your phone for more than 3 weeks, they'll have a crush on you back. I don't know. So Normie looks at his phone in class, and his seating partner sneaks up and reads him like a bloody fucking book by immediately figuring out he has a crush on big boobs. Her name's Sakai, or whatever the fuck. So Sakai and Normie go to the roof, where she reveals that her and big boobs are now friends, and they seal the friendship by taking a selfie. Fucking kids nowadays. Normie then gets all Chris Brown on Sakai because he thinks she revealed to big boobs that he has a crush on big boobs. She didn't, and he overacted like a bitch. Next day in class, Sakai invites big boobs to lunch with them, and he flips shit. Not the level of Chris Brown, but to a pretty bad level. Big boobs brought fuck you, alliteration. Big boobs brought food for them, and it looks really good. However, it turns out it tastes like shit. Normie then tries to impress her and eat all the sandwiches, but he nearly dies because he can't support having that much rat poison in his body. Sakai then leaves the two of them alone, and somehow Normie falls off of a bench. This isn't a metaphor, people. He fell off a stationary bench. I don't know how. Later that night, Normie's on the phone with Sakai, and he tells her that tomorrow he's gonna confess his feelings for her. Dude, it's been like 2 days. Stop thinking with your dick. Next day at the train station, he confesses his love for big boobs, and the response is, okay. A dude confesses his love for you, and all you say is okay. Fucking bitch. It turns out Big Boobs has a mutual love for Normie. Yay, happy ending. We can all leave now. Fine. Continue. Later that day, Sakai goes to the train station and sees Normie waiting for Big Boobs. Just as Sakai's train comes, she kisses Normie and books it the fuck out of there. She then starts to cry, realizing she just made a love triangle. Fortunately, this is the most basic love shape in this anime. Episode 2 starts off with Normie looking at a date advice book while on a date with Big Boobs. It then goes through a dating montage, and Normie shows everything not to do on a date while she keeps doing this fucking face. Stop it. Just stop. At the end of the date, Normie goes in for a kiss and gets rejected by the doors because Big Boobs is freaked the fuck out by him. Next day at school, Sakai yells at him because he was a major disappointment on his date. She tries to help him by giving free tickets to the movies, but that's gonna fail. Sakai then goes to a new girl, I'm gonna call Bow Girl, to complain about Normie. That night at home, he's seen reading that fucking book again. Dude, you have a girl teaching you how to date. Stop ignoring that shit like the plague. He then almost has an orgasm thinking about kissing Big Boobs. This is why you have to work with people. Like any anime, you need some fan service, so the camera cuts to a shot of Big Boobs in the bath because, you know, sex sells. Next day, Normie takes Big Boobs out to the movies, and you can choose between a romantic comedy or a zombie movie. Let me break this down for you. If you take the girl to a romantic comedy, there's a good chance you can pull the popcorn trick. Take it to a horror film, you're gonna end up in your room by yourself masturbating. He actually takes her to the romantic comedy, and they begin to awkwardly flirt. Thankfully, a sex scene in the movie is able to stop their awkward tango. He tries to muster up the courage to kiss Big Boobs and almost orgasms while looking at her hands. He's a weird one. You know that clingy person in high school that never lets you be alone? Yeah, Normie turns into him and leans in for a kiss, but swiftly gets slapped like the bitch he is. After the movie, they go to a cafe and sit down across from each other very awkwardly. He breaks the silence by dropping the ball on Sakai by saying she's helping him try and get into Big Boob pants or skirt. Next day in class, Sakai yells at Normie again because he's an idiot for the result of how badly his date failed. She then yells at him for following the book's advice. Again, dude, you have a girl giving you dating advice. You don't need a fucking book. Yeah, Normie starts to search for Big Boobs to apologize and runs into a former classmate, brown hair. Fuck off. It's hard coming up with names for people I want to forget. After class, he runs quickly, completely blowing off the only other guy in the anime, making him feel alone. Just as she leaves, he yells that he's gonna be waiting for her at the train station. Not like rape, but like, I'll be waiting for you before you go home. Actually, that kind of is stalker. After class, Big Boobs is seen trying to escape from Normie and take the bus home. However, Sekai is there and she calls Big Boobs out on her bullshit. Big Boobs and Sekai have a long conversation about why Normie's an idiot, and I really couldn't care less. I'm looking for a blunt object to beat myself with. Normie then gives the other dude his dating book. Some friend you are, hope he gets stabbed. Sekai and Big Boobs then have a conversation, and Big Boobs tells her that she's scared of boys because she's had big boobs since grade school, and she got bullied. I don't know why you'd get bullied because of that, but they keep talking about how boys are perverted. Yep, we know. Then on pure YOLO mode, Sekai jumps out and starts fondling Big Boobs' boobs. Big Boobs then leaves for the train and finds Normie there. It's fucking night, dude. You have nothing better to do? Cut your losses, you'll see her tomorrow, Jesus Christ. He apologizes, saying he wants to start over again. Luckily for us, we don't have to start over. If we did, I'd kill myself. Big Boobs and Normie then reconcile and kiss. Yay, happy ending, we can all leave. Fine, fucking hell. Episode 3 starts off with Normie calling Double B. I'm 3 episodes in, and I'm already making new nicknames for characters I already made nicknames for. Fuck me. He calls Big Boobs, but Big Boobs' little sister picks up and immediately begins to pry into their life. Then, Big Boobs comes out of the bath wearing only a towel, just for some fan service, because why not? Big Boobs, wanting some privacy, decides to go to her room and tries to kick out her little sister, but struggles against the kid. The next day, they're eating on the roof, and Normie begins to have an orgasm while watching Big Boobs eat. He's really starting to get creepy now. I just want to point out, while Normie and Big Boobs are talking, Sekai is just sitting there eating by herself, looking all depressed and shit. While they're eating, Big Boobs says their little sister wants to meet Normie, and Normie gets way too excited about this. Sekai turns out to be the dating advice angel on their shoulders, telling them what to do while making snappy remarks. See, this is why I like Sekai. After lunch, Brown Hair is shown again, but this time yelling at Big Boobs because Brown Hair is an A-cup. Okay, or she's yelling at Big Boobs because she missed some student council meeting or something. The bitch gang behind Brown Hair then figure out that she was with her boyfriend, and that's why she missed the meeting, and they begin to pry into her life, because apparently no one can have a private life. Normie meets Big Boobs on the train, and we get introduced to a new character. Oh, fuck me. Brown Hair. Wait, I can't use that. Hoop Hair. Yeah, good enough. While they're taking the train home, Big Boobs looks all depressed and shit, so Normie asks what's wrong, and I really couldn't care less. However, while they're talking, Big Boobs asks if they're lovers, and Normie, without hesitation, says yes. It's been like 3 days. You've been rejected so many times by her. You guys are barely boyfriend-girlfriend. I wouldn't call you guys lovers, but okay. They begin to hug. Then at the next stop, Big Boobs books it the fuck off of the train for no reason. The reason is probably because she's a girl, and she has to be all complicated like that. Hoop Hair is there taking notes and shit about what they say. Probably because she's a spy for someone. Then we find out that she was spying for Sekai. So when Sekai starts to yell at Normie for doing something wrong, yeah, this doesn't make sense to me either. But for anything I think from my dad, it's this. When it comes to women or your brother, you're always wrong, even when you're right. Next day, Normie takes the train. However, Big Boobs took the bus because she's mad at him for some reason. Then in class, Sekai begins to yell at him for not apologizing to Big Boobs. This episode, Normie is just getting shit on, man. Normie then goes to the roof where they always eat. However, Big Boobs is not there, so he decides to stare up into the sky and hopefully blind himself from the sun. We then cut to Sekai having lunch with Bow Girl, Hoop Girl, and a new character, Jesus Christ. She looks very butch, so her name will be Butch. So they talk about the festival and shit, about how if you go with someone, you're officially a couple. We then go back to the roof where Normie is failing at apologizing to Big Boobs. So he forces himself to her house on the weekend because that will make everything better. That night, Bow Girl goes to see Sekai working and acts all strange because she's like that. As they're walking home together, she pries into Sekai's life and asks if her and Normie are dating. Bow Girl, just do what everyone else does and use Facebook to see if they're dating. It's the easiest way to find out. Next day, Normie goes over to Big Boobs' house and is greeted by her sister who hugs his crotch, then refers to him as Big Brother. Oh, it's one of these animes. We then get a montage of them doing various things together. While they're having tea together, little sister asks why Big Brother calls Big Sister Katsura and creates conflict. I don't understand Japanese culture, so I don't know why this is a big deal. Fuck, people I've known since grade school still call me by my last name. As he's going home, Big Boobs kisses him on the cheek, which means she just wants to be friends. It's okay, he has Sekai to fuck if Big Boobs fails, which it undoubtedly will.